I met a gypsy.
Before when you were talking about walking into the mountain bike shop with Sonny, and it's just like you and him, and you buying parts. It's like that is just the simple life, you know. And there's probably like so. I remember I was just by happenstance sitting in the office of Jared from J Star when you called about returning a Lambo.
Oh
Like
gosh,
not
dude,
wanting
that
a
was. Oh, that's a story there. Yeah, that was stupid. That was so stupid.
Like,
yeah.
so
That's a good. Yeah.
So to talk about like the change of human from like just wanting to go in to buy, you know, mountain bike parts with your son to a kid that was returning a fucking Lamborghini. Like there's a pretty big change there.
Yeah, that was so funny. I remember I think I won my first championship, and me and my mom were out in California. I was like, just Jared's obviously like famous out here. Like that's his J Stars is sick. So I went in there, and he's so rad. He still takes care of the car, like helps us like service cars and stuff. And I was always actually scared to go back there because I felt so bad about the situation. And it wasn't. I'm sure like it was not a situation at all for him because I'm sure the things he sees is insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went in there, test drove a whole bunch of cars, and then I was like, yeah, I want this one, and like left down payment or whatever, and then they're gonna ship to Florida. And like a couple hours later, like I think we talked to someone from the team and like Geico, and they're like, dude, what are you doing? Like you can't do this. Like it's just not smart and da-da-da. So yeah, everyone panicked. So then we had to call and tell them like, hey, sorry, like we can't take the call. It was I felt so bad. So I never went and like seen Jared forever. And now obviously I see him. We're cool, but I was so scared and it was so stupid. But yeah, actually after that though, like I probably waited like 5, 6, 7 years until I got some cool cars. And I don't have any cool cars anymore really, just because I learned my lessons on cool cars. You have these, like I had a whole bunch of cool cars in my garage, and you get to drive them like 2-3 times a year, and they just sit there, and then you sell them and you lose $1 zillion. So cool cars are cool, but you're better off like, I think like maybe Jet has the deal with Jared and he can just drive some cars. I see like I'm like, that's sick and that's smart, and like Myrtle is smart, so he probably knows like, don't buy expensive car, you idiot. Like I wish someone would have told me that, but it's okay, live and you learn.
Yeah, dude, I remember I was there dropping something off or like picking something up, and I just sat down in his office, and you called, and he's like, hang on 2 secs, I just saw Barcia Lambo, and he's calling me. And then I was sitting there for that phone call, and like, dude, it was funny because like, I just had never really met you like the whole time that I was there, and I was just laughing so hard. Like, yeah, it was like just after you won the championship, and I was just like, fuck yeah, respect, Vinyl Lambo.
Thought I was the big deal after won 250 championship. Nah.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's a big journey that takes place to be the kid that returns a Lambo to the guy that's stoked on buying forks with his kid, you know.
Literally, yeah. It's just the simple life. Honestly, is the best life. Just dirt bikes, bicycles. I mean, and having opportunities to buy a Lambo and return it the same day. Like that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty funny. I remember K-Dub always said that he wanted to buy a Lambo, like it was one of his dreams, and obviously like he could afford it. The thing that stopped him was that he had a dirt driveway that was like a mile long to get into his house, and he's like, then where am I going to get the thing serviced? I'd have to get, he's like fully telling me he'd like done all this research into getting his Lambo, and he's like, I was going to have to concrete my driveway, which is probably like 300 grand. He's like, and then I'd have to put a hoist in, then I'd have to fly in a mechanic to like get the thing serviced. He's like, yeah, so when you live rural, then a Lambo is just not a thing that you can do. And I remember thinking like, because I'm pretty sure you had you had your property by then? You had BAM land by then, did you?
Yeah, I lived there, so I would have had to drive it down a dirt road. I didn't get that far of thinking. I think K-Dub's probably a little bit smarter than me, so I didn't get that far. I was just car sick.
Oh, dude, it's cool. But like, I mean, it's cool to be in that. I don't know. It's cool to live through that. Like you got to live through winning a championship super young, and like you were just the fucking man. Like, and you were this wild child. You got to be wild. You got to win a bunch of races. You got to like, your life has a way of just getting this crazy momentum, and that's just like, it makes sense.
Yeah, this sport gives us some great stories, man. The stories could just go on and on through as from amateur days till all the way up until professional days. It's just great stories and great opportunities and great people meeting great people, making great friends, and yeah, it's like this. I think about it sometimes. I'm like, where would I be if I didn't race in motorcycles? And who knows? But definitely would have done all this cool stuff. That's for sure.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, GYPSYTales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the GYPSY Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. GYPSY Gang.